and welcome back to Just Another Stitch. For those that don't know me, my name is Connie, and if you're new to my channel, I'd like to welcome you. And if you are new, let me know in the comments down below. Let me know how you found out about my channel, and let me know a little bit about yourself so I can start to get to know you better. So today's video is part 2 of groceries that I tend to buy on my healthy journey to lose weight. And a few things I want to mention before we get started is, before you start any program to lose weight or any exercise regimen, please consult with your doctor first. He knows your medical conditions and your medical history, where I do not know that information. And I am not an expert. Your doctor is. I'm just a person trying to lose weight that, with my struggles with my weight, these are my opinions based on research that I've done, basically, or things that I've learned along the way. But never go against your doctor's advice. And one thing that was pointed out in my last video that I do want to address, and I really wish I would have mentioned it in this video, but I forgot to. Those of y'all with diabetes, I think some doctors will say different things, because I know some people, I've heard that their doctor tells them to stay away from fruits completely. When I was in the hospital, I was told by the dietitian in the hospital that when it came to fruits, she would limit it to 2 to 3 servings a day. Now, my blood sugar does seem to be going down, and it has been moving downward since I have gotten out of the hospital. It still needs to make more progress, but it is getting there. And this may be something that I do need to address at some point, where maybe I do need to cut back on my fruits. But like I said, I know some doctors will say to stay away from fruits. I'm not advising you to do anything against what your doctor's telling you, so do what your doctor says. But I am curious, those of y'all that are diabetic, what has your doctor told you on this subject? Let me know that in the comments. And another thing too that I was told, because I know like some doctors will basically say, like, pretty much eliminate the carbs, where I was told not to eliminate them completely, that your body still needs carbs, and that if you restrict your carbs too much, that it can also spike your blood sugar. So I am curious on that too, what you've been told. But like I said, every doctor is different. Research changes. Even like stuff they recommend to do to lose weight, it changes. But I did want to bring that up because I didn't want anyone to feel like I was putting out false information when it came to that. But I was actually told that by a dietitian in the hospital for a diabetic diet. But anyway, I'm going to continue on with some more products that I tend to buy to eat healthy. And the funny thing is, I really thought I had a lot more to cover. I really don't have much to cover. But I will kind of go over a few things that I want to stress when it comes to eating healthier and things to focus on buying. Like Worcestershire sauce is something that we tend to buy, give a little flavor to our dishes that we cook. But in the same aspect, we just use a little because it is something that has sodium. And if you use too much, that sodium can add up. Another product is sugar-free ketchup. And this is something I have a dilemma over because I got to watch both my sugar intake and my sodium. So it's kind of a trade-off. And I have made ketchup before, homemade ketchup, but I don't like, I don't know, once I refrigerate it, I don't like how it does afterwards. Taco shells. And I love the Taco Bell ones. These have no sodium in them. And that's why I tend to buy these. And I still love my tacos even though I'm watching what I eat. And sometimes you gotta find that balance, you really do. Because you still have to enjoy what you're eating. And if you don't enjoy what you're eating, you're typically setting yourself up for failure. And you know, there's times you're going to eat things that others may not consider to be the best thing to eat. There's differences of opinion on things. You know, my advice is sometimes you got to take baby steps to get where you need to be going. And progress is progress. You know, and sometimes it's easier to make little cutbacks initially than to try to just boom, you know. So do what you feel is best for you, because I know like there's disagreement with sugar-free products, like the ones that use like the artificial sweeteners. Yeah, it's not the healthiest thing to do, but neither is consuming sugar. And I know I'm the type that I need sweetness in some things, you know. So I go towards the artificial sweeteners. I try to go towards stevia. I don't know. And I'm hoping one day maybe I can get away where I don't feel the need to have like a sweetness to my coffee. But especially being diabetic, I don't, you know, the sugar is even worse. And sugar is empty calories, which typically helps you gain weight. So, like I said, it's a trade off. Let's see. Fresh garlic. Ooh, I love garlic in food. Ooh, yeah. Let's see, cornstarch is another thing I tend to use because I try to stay away from flour. So to thicken things like gravies, I tend to use like a tablespoon of cornstarch. I don't know if I mentioned this on the previous video, but red wine vinegar is another thing I like to buy. Oh, and like I was talking about the tacos earlier, I also get the Taco Bell hot sauce when I make tacos. But I basically use one serving on my tacos so it's not hot, you know, high in sodium. Because if you use too much of it, that sodium will add up. At least for those watching your sodium. But one thing is, and I'm saying this because I've gone through this, high blood pressure can sneak up on you. You may not even realize you have high blood pressure right now. And sodium raises your blood pressure. And all those things can create issues with your heart. So even if you don't have problems, I still recommend be mindful of your sodium intake. Let's see. I think that covers everything on my grocery list. Yeah, it looks like that's the rest of it. But when it comes to what you should buy, lean proteins. You want to find meats that don't have, much fat on them. And usually the package will say lean on it. There's usually some indicator that it's a leaner cut. Stay away from the fried foods. Fried foods are no-nos. Eat healthy fats. When you eat fats, stay away from trans fats, saturated fats. Read those labels. Very, very important. That label becomes your best friend. Vegetables. Get those veggies in. And so many health benefits to vegetables. Fruits. Lots of health benefits for fruits. Now, yeah, if you are diabetic, I warn you, don't go crazy with it. But if your doctor tells you not to have any, then take your doctor's advice. I do feel like your body still needs some carbohydrates. A lot of times I look for low carb, like keto products with the carbs, or also like low sugar or no sugar, preferably no sugar. Pay attention to the sugar in foods. Then I think that covers the food groups. And of course, drink your water. Your water is your friend. You need to stay hydrated. You should be drinking at least 64 ounces of water a day. At least. The more active you are, you should drink more. And like I said, if you're not one that is a big water fan, maybe start off adding drink mixes to your water. That may help with that. And if you have any questions, maybe you're curious, if this food's healthy, should I stay away from this? Let me know. I'll do my best to answer your questions and to help you out. So again, I hope this video has been helpful, and I hope y'all are all having a fabulous yarny day. Be the light, and bye.